Yo, it's the infamous one. Not too sad the thousand mile journey begins with one single step. Today I'm talking about some vampires. Yeah, it's Halloween. May as well talk about some cool ass creatures. We're gonna talk about the top 5 vampire movies I can think of because, well, I've been watching these since I was a kid. I've loved them, very much love them. And we're gonna start off with, of course, one of my favorites. This is from Blade. Oh my god, how could you not like Blade? Wesley Snipes. This came out like 1998, 1999. Oh my god, I was like 6 years old watching this shit, and all I saw was Wesley Snipes come out and whoop it ass, boy. I liked some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill. Ooh, that goddamn movie has good ass lines in it. Like there are some things that are more scary than them. Like what? Like me. Oh, Blade was cold as hell, boy. Blade was like, I'm going in and I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna take Frost. Blade was actually, I didn't know this at the time watching it, but Blade was one of the was under Marvel and the Marvel like property. So it was essentially one of the first Marvel movies. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's just some extra cool history to me because I always saw like Blade One was just a beautiful standalone. Like, oh my god, everything from the story. The Daywalker, half vampire, half human, and he's hunting down this guy named Deacon Frost, and he's trying to like just stop the vampire apocalypse. It's a very good story. If you haven't seen Blade, wow, Blade is one of the all-time greats. You should check out Blade. Wesley Snipes, I can't remember like damn near anyone else's name besides Wesley Snipes because he was the goddamn star of this damn show. I really, really, really like some Blade. Honorable mention of Blade too. I like Guillermo del Toro's direction of that, and I liked his vampires, the Nosferatu vampire, the Reapers he called them. Um, Next movie I want to talk about is From Dusk Till Dawn. Now that's a vampire movie you don't see coming. I want to say it was made like 94, 95. I think probably made 95 because it was like George Clooney and it had Tarantino in it who wrote the movie, and it was directed by Robert Rodriguez. It has Julian Lewis and Juliette Lewis and Harvey Keitel. Danny Trejo's in the movie, and I forget the other guy's name, but he plays several different roles. It's pretty funny. But like basically two bank robbers, like one escaped from one guy busts his brother out of prison. They rob a bank and they go on a killing spree, and they have to get into Mexico to get away from the law. They succeed, but when they succeed, they get to a bar, and oh my god, I'm just gonna stop from there. If you haven't seen From Dusk Till Dawn, you should probably check that out. That's like Quentin Tarantino was on fire when he wrote that. It's like, damn, this is action, it's adventure, it's gritty. The vampire shit is very amazing. Like the vampire shit is like holy shit. I did when I was watching the movie, I did not expect to see no goddamn vampires. It's like holy shit, vampires came out of nowhere. They have a sequel too, Texas Blood Money, and a third one called Hangman's Daughter, which guilty pleasures I enjoy. I very much like those. Texas Blood Money has a Terminator, T2 liquid, like he's more effective killing machine. Like Robert Patrick, yeah, that's him in it. It's a very good movie. Um, Another movie I was thinking of that's just actually this one's underrated to me. 30 Days of Night. I just like the premise of 30 Days of Night, and I had no idea. So for in the town of Alaska, like the sun shines one last time, and then the rest of it, like it's something about the Solaris where it's like you get 30 days of night because the sun doesn't shine in this town, and vampires come to the town, and all hell breaks loose. It's like wow, it's a very unique take. The vampires weren't the standard. They weren't the standard. I will drink your blood. They're more the Nosferatu, Salem's Lot type of vampires. I am very much growing more fond of those vampires because, like, I get the appeal of like the whole seductive vampires, but the disgusting vampires, it's like holy shit, they have more power than me. They're just like they're more grotesque looking. It's like these things will kill you, and it's like holy shit. I'm terrified of those vampires and the Nosferatu element. Um, I can't really say much about that movie. I just remember loving it. I need to rewatch it again because it was a goddamn good movie. It stars George Hartnett. Well, yeah. Well, I haven't seen in a while, which is weird. He's a great actor. He's probably been doing voice acting stuff more likely. All right. Last two are actually bomb ass. Like holy shit. You ain't never seen no movies like these. Dracula 1992. That is to me the definitive Dracula movie. That stars Gary Oldman, Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, Anthony Hopkins. It's such a star-studded cast. It's beautiful how star-studded that cast is. But on top of being star-studded, it's like Francis Ford Coppola directed it, and it's like it's every frame of painting. That movie is the very definition of it, because like from the very beginning, it's beautiful art. You're just following the story of like this man, this tragic man who was a warrior, then became an undead creature. Now he's looking for his long lost love, and now he's a monster. And it's like, wow, you really, really feel for Dracula in that one. It's like, damn, Gary Oldman like played his ass off in that movie. It's like, I'm real nigga on some real shit, nigga. Motherfucker cried. Tell nobody, nigga cried. Man, I understand, motherfucker. You want your woman. You dead, nigga. Can't get your woman because you dead. You came back from the dead to get your woman and shit in another man's body and shit with somebody else, man. I understand your pain, Gary Oldman Dracula. I understand. Plus, that red armor was so. Oh, I like that red armor at the very beginning. He looked like the goddamn devil. Wow. Love that movie. Final movie is actually. I think this is actually low key everyone's favorite vampire movie. It's Interview with a Vampire with Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Kirsten Dunst. Very great job, Kirsten Dunst. It's such a great movie. It's like you can just honestly pop that movie on and just also has Christian Slater. Pop that movie on and just enjoy it from beginning to end. Christian Slater stars as this news reporter who talks to a vampire, and we get to learn from like he goes from a slave owner to Victorian age, like well, not Victorian age, but he goes from a slave owner in like the 1800s to like just all through civilization up until the modern day. It's really good, especially when it goes into like defining the home of the original vampires. That whole segment and like how he walks around with Christian Dunst like he's trying to like live a normal human life, even though he's a vampire. He's like trying not to be a monster, even though that's what I am. I'm a monster inside, because that's what a vampire is. Beautiful, beautiful writing. I read the book. I will read the book. It's like niggas don't read the audio book, but like those are like the top 5 vampire movies off the top of my head. It's like I love those vampire movies. They're like the greatest of all time. I know I didn't say The Lost Boys. Sadly, I haven't seen The Lost Boys. I've been trying to watch it. I'm going to check out The Lost Boys and give a review. Um, it's this one called Midnight Mass. I want to check that out because it looks so weird and different. The Strain looks very good. So I'm going to be trying to check out some more vampire content because I'm enjoying the vampire content, even though I think that werewolves are better content, but this is in the underworld conversation. And I think that, like, in my opinion, a series like Underworld could use a reboot. I'd probably have to upgrade the werewolves, though. I don't know why. I just hated how the werewolves, like, or, like, maybe not upgrade the werewolves, like, tell it from more equal perspective, because I didn't like the idea that, like, we got it mainly from the vampire's perspective, because I'm on team werewolf, homeboy. Why? Because werewolves are more savage than vampires. I've just, like, as great as vampires are, like, werewolves are more savage. Now, those Nosferatu vampires, I'd like to see what they could do against werewolves, because, like, from what I remember in the Dracula movie, he controlled beasts, and it would be nice to like to see some things like that. But like, who knows? Like, I just enjoy the vampire. The vampire lore has changed so much, and it's really, really crazy how many times they keep changing it, and we keep coming back to it. Hell, even Twilight has its own vampire lore, and people love that shit. It's ridiculous how many times you can go from like. Just think about that. Go from Twilight to Nosferatu. Vampires have such a wide range. You can go from feral to beautiful, but they're always the same. They're monsters in human skin. So Halloween's coming up. Check out some horror movies. I'm gonna be watching a bunch of horror movies this year. It's like I just want to watch, just immerse myself. Hellraiser coming out. Ooh, Clive Barker, Clive Barker. But that's all I got for this video. You guys stay up. Remember, you're a champion, not a chump.